Good evening, everyone. This is Jeff with Astroscoop. How is everyone? I see there's one person in. Carolyn's here. Good evening. And we'll wait a little bit to see if anyone else comes in. And I have some new lights, so you'll have to let me know if this is too. It's looking a little yellow on my screen to me between that side, these, and then I have a light over here. So I'm wondering if it's a little too yellowish. Hopefully not, but trying to go with a different lighting theme, trial and error. But it is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Astroscoop. Just a reminder, my weekly live streams are usually Fridays at 7, but this weekend I did it today on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. And you can also follow me on X, which is Astro_Scoop, X for Twitter, and Instagram, which is Astroscoop7. So I've been posting a lot more on Instagram, and I post regularly almost every day on X as well. And I do a lot of my feeds from the live stream feeds and also the video links. I put a lot of those on X or Twitter. So if you're not following me on a lot of those on X or Twitter. So if you're not following me on there, that's a good place to get a stream of consciousness about the channel where you can get all the links. And you can also go in there and look at all of my posts. I have them in the thousands now, so there's a lot of posts there. But of course, you can always find me here on Astroscoop on YouTube. And most weeks when I mention the subscriber base, I talk about how close to 90% are not subscribed. So it's a little better now. Now we're in the 80s, but there's still about 85% or 8 out of 10 people that are not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you see this in the future or catch the replay, please, you have to sign into YouTube with an account and click on subscribe, and then you can do personalized or all. And you'll get all notifications, or it will personalize depending on which Astroscoop videos you watch, including the live streams. And I notice some of my I have a lot of new viewers in the last few weeks, a lot of new viewers and new subscribers. So people that have possibly not seen any videos or haven't watched videos for a couple of years of mine and are now back and have subscribed. And so there's a new influx of viewers, which is great. And it's all obviously always changing every month and every season. So I'm trying to keep up with the times here, and I look at every single comment on my YouTube channel. For every video, I read every single comment, and I try to respond to every comment as well, because though I don't take those for granted, those are very important to me. The feedback is very important to me, even constructive criticism, which I've had a few that have made comments about the stream or a video, which is helpful. You know, of course, my streams, this live stream is not going to be to everyone's taste, nor should it be. So you have to be on a certain level or frequency and, you know, resonate. Things resonate with you or they don't. So, and that's okay. But we're going to give it a couple more minutes. I see we have 2 people in right now, and people usually come in and out. Sometimes, again, this is a different time. I've only done a couple live streams here and there, a few maybe, on Saturdays at this time. So I wanted to see if any more different viewers come in, especially the new subscribers. And based on the subscribers, I just want to say quickly that I've been saying for a couple months now that Russia has given me the most views, but now it's back to the United States. And so I have a lot of new viewers in the US, right here in the US, which is wonderful. I really appreciate that. And the biggest change that I've seen in probably at least 6 months is my viewership. Not only are more from the US, but now 40% right now of my viewers are female. So that's a big jump. So we're talking about 4 out of 10 female viewers, 6 out of 10 male on average. And usually it's 80 to 90, 6 out of 10 male on average. And usually it's 80 to 90% male. And the last couple months, it's been about 70%. So that's kind of interesting. So that's good. That makes me think that I'm reaching some different people with the live stream replays and also with my videos. And speaking of videos, please catch my latest mashup video. It's a mix-up mashup of my cusp videos from the last couple of years. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the cusp videos and I'm compiling them into clips. So you don't have to watch every cusp video if you don't want to. Of course, I would love you to, but if you don't have time or don't want to, you can watch these last few videos, which are more mix and mashup videos, and you'll get a little flavor of different cusp signs. And they're not all in there in each video, but I'm keeping them short and to the point so that you can get a taste for what I talk about in terms of the cusp sign videos, because traditionally my cusp sign videos perform very well. So I'm going to keep doing that, and let me know as well, either in the live stream comment or in my video comments, what you guys and gals want to see this winter for videos. Because now it's getting cold. Now it's been dark here for 2 hours. Now it's 7 p.m. So we're all going to be inside more, obviously, for the next several months. And I will be in more. I'm going to try to, I've been so busy lately and legitimately busy, but I will try to do more with the channel in terms of live streams. I'm going to try to throw a midweek live stream in at some point, maybe Tuesdays or Wednesdays, maybe either late afternoon, early evening, depending on my schedule, and try to get some more things going, stirring in the pot. But yes, thank you for all the viewership. I really appreciate it, especially Russia. But now the U.S. will, with the views, it's really helping. The channel grows slowly, but it's moving. We are growing. It's really helping. The channel grows slowly, but it's moving. We are growing. We are growing. So we're getting there. 2025 is going to be a good year. I know it's not too far away now. So last week I didn't do a live stream, so we're a little behind. Today is November 9th, 2024, which we're actually in the second decan of Scorpio right now. So we're really getting into the later part of Scorpio, not the last part, but we're in the late part. We're about 18 degrees Sun in Scorpio tonight. So, but I am going to talk about the true Scorpio essence, which is the first decan, which runs from October 26th to the 2nd or 3rd, because that's originally the poster I had from about 10 days ago. So we're going to talk about that, and then I may talk a little bit about the current Scorpio period we're in. Of course, we'll talk about celebrities. I always discuss the period, and then I talk about celebrity examples that are born just that week. So I don't take Scorpios from the whole period. I just take them from this week. So you can really see how these famous people use their energy or use their sign, their period energy in their craft, their acting, their music, their writing, etc. So, all right, about a few minutes in, 8 minutes in, let's get started. So we're in the true Scorpio period. So October 26th started the true period. In my previous live stream, I talked about the Libra Scorpio cusp, which ran from late October to right around October 25th. So someone that was born this year, if you had your birthday on October 23rd, 24th, or 25th, you were a cusp person, a cusp baby, but you were definitely a Scorpio and are a Scorpio. So a baby born on October 24th this year is a Scorpio. And if you're an October 24th or 25th person born any year, you will definitely be a Scorpio, but you would be on the cusp. But this period, the true Scorpio period, starts around the 26th and goes to the 2nd or 3rd. So again, that's about 6 to 7 days ago, because we are on the decan too. But, you know, I've talked about this in my Scorpio videos, which you should check out. Scorpio is one of those signs that it's probably the sign out of the 12 that always traditionally gets the most buzz from astrologers and tarot people and people that are into symbolism, symbologists and numerologists. You know, people love Scorpio, and people love to talk about Scorpio because Scorpio really is, not only is it a mysterious, fascinating sign, but people that have had bad experiences with Scorpio people, unfortunately, I think that's colored their perception of the Scorpio essence in a bad way. It's filtered their bias in a negative way, and possibly have, you know, some people are like sworn off Scorpio. But you really need to understand, I think, have, you know, some people are like sworn off Scorpio. But you really need to understand, I think, where Scorpio's coming from psychologically and what their motivations are. I think to understand why Scorpios behave the way they do and why Scorpio planets in the natal chart or horoscope or event chart behave the way they do. Of course, is Scorpio all bad? What is bad anyways? You know, misuse of energy, misfire of energy, a low vibration. Any of us with any of our placements can be on a low vibration on a certain day and maybe not act as dignified or kind to others or ourselves. But then we just have to get back on track. But so it's those choices we make every day. We make, hopefully making better choices to be on a higher vibration. If you have one low vibration day, oh well. Then the next day you try to raise it and you just keep moving. Scorpio is a sign of true change and transformation. And that's a big word that you usually hear astrologers talk about of all generations, is transformation. And that's courtesy of Pluto, the house of the eighth house in the astrological chart, which is a water house, a hidden house of hidden resources, other people's resources, not just money, but you're looking at more emotional or psychological resources in the sign of Scorpio. And that's what makes Scorpios so fascinating. So I think that's why there's a lot of bad buzz about Scorpio, is because Scorpio, you know, it keeps this like a self-fulfilling prophecy each year with social media about astrologers and the like talking about how bad Scorpio is. I know there's people that talk about how positive Scorpio is, but it's such a strong energy that it's really up to the person that owns it to be on a higher vibration. And I think that's why, for some people, maybe having all the Scorpio energy is just simply not easier. They picked it for this lifetime, but it's not an easy lifetime. Scorpio is definitely not an easy transit if you chose it as your sun sign. But that also goes for any planet and Scorpio rising people as well, which I've known a lot of Scorpio rising people. In fact, I've probably known or been acquainted with more Scorpio rising people and Scorpio moons than the sun in Scorpio. So I've known a lot of people with major Scorpio in their chart, and never fails to fascinate. So the first Scorpio period is Pluto and Mars. Now, you'll hear this from different astrologers. The traditional ruler, they'll say in books, is Mars. I don't really think Scorpio is a Mars, you know, it's related to Mars. Aries is true Mars. Scorpio is Mars in the sense that it is more hidden. It's like fiery energy that's more hidden, whereas Aries is not hidden. But it really speaks to Pluto, because Pluto is a hidden planet, and Pluto is an agent for transformation and change, along with Saturn, that rules Capricorn. But Pluto gives Scorpio planets a power or lack of it, or a striving for power if they feel they lack it in those planets. That when you think about the power that the Pluto has and the water sign of Scorpio, it's very, very concentrated. So therein lies the secret to Scorpio, is concentration. It's this concentration of watery, emotional feeling energy in one ball. It's like they're like a ball. And there are many different types of Scorpio people. If you've met a lot of Scorpio people, you'll know that they share a certain intensity, but they're all very different. And they're not chameleons like Gemini. It's not a chameleon like where they're changing who they are. I believe it's because Scorpio is so wary of revealing their thoughts, secrets, feelings, probably more than any other sign. Incredibly wary, cautious, and protective about expressing what it is they're thinking and feeling. And I think my sense with the essence is that because Scorpio has inside, Scorpios have a lot of goodness. There's a lot of really, really good energy deep, 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 deep down inside them. And you know what? Scorpios are so sharp and so smart. They already know, and they can sense when they read a room that people will take advantage of that people are going to try to extract that good from them and not handle it with respect, not handle it properly, and not appreciate it. So I think deep down inside, the true Scorpio person that's an early Scorpio, is very wary of people in general that are not going to appreciate their deeper good qualities, for lack of a better term, just goodness, which Scorpios have a lot of. Now, how they use that goodness that's deep down inside them based on their past hurts, slights, hits from people and the world, that's another story. That's a lesson. To choose to be a sun in Scorpio, my gosh, like there's a lot of lessons there. And if you have your node, if you know about the nodes in the astrological chart, if you chose to have your node in Scorpio, you came into this life with the node in Scorpio to be less Taurus-like and to embrace the Scorpio emotional landscape, then you really wanted to take on a very, very challenging role, so to speak. So that's Scorpio. I mean, Scorpio is a ball of energy, and it equates to true middle age, single-mindedness. So in the cosmic wheel now, we're looking at someone that is true past midlife and true middle age, somewhere around 50, maybe early 50s. So someone that has lived most likely more than half of their life, unless you live to 100. And there's a purity, single-mindedness that possibly no other sign has about Scorpio. And if you know Scorpio people or people that have major Scorpio on their chart, you'll know what I mean by that. It's just sometimes it can be quiet and sometimes it can be a little louder, but there's a single-mindedness there. And I call it singular intensity. Singular intensity. And so what does intense mean? People, you always hear that. Scorpios are so intense. Well, intense is different. Intense, right? Tense with the in, with the not. So Scorpios can be outwardly intense. They can be inwardly intense. And sometimes they can be neither. And they can be the still waters of Scorpio are probably the calmest on the surface of any sign, but it doesn't represent what's going on underneath. There's many signs that are a little shyer or reserved or introverted, but Scorpio knows it all too well that they don't want to make a move until they know that what's something that is right for them. Very rarely do Scorpios make foolish moves or impulsive moves without knowing what they're getting into and what's right for them. So is that stubbornness? Does that relate to Taurus? Possibly, right? Depends on how you look at it. Is someone being really careful because they have such amazing values, or are they just resisting something out of stubbornness? So the Taurus Scorpio polarity is that balance. But the big picture is very hard for an early Scorpio planet to see because of their intensity and that Pluto and that single-mindedness. So details matter a lot to Scorpio, just like they do to Virgo. But in Scorpio, it becomes a new level of detail. It's like taking the facts and observations that Virgos found and then Libra balanced out, and taking it even deeper and further, and going as far as you can to figure puzzles out, but in a really deep way and in an emotional way. Whereas, like, Scorpio is the second water sign in the zodiac. It's in the second half of the zodiac. So there's a lot of mature feelings and emotions there for Scorpio. And the thing is, Scorpios work on fate. So work on fate gives less control. So I believe that Scorpio is very much a fate sign. There's no other sign like Scorpio that is amazingly almost, I don't want to say cold. The Scorpio people are not cold. Cold is the wrong word, but there's a detached or icy quality about Scorpios, but at the same time, they can be very loving and protective. Isn't that weird? Simultaneously. And I think